Let it fall, but not apart.
Every breakdown has a shape, stay calm. Control the descent. I remember standing in the middle of everything I tried to hold. Too many layers stacked too fast, too many stories left untold. I built walls from borrowed standards, from expectations not my own. Every step felt slightly crooked, every wind felt overblown. They told me strength meant standing tall, never bending under strain. But nothing stable grows untouched by pressure, loss, or pain. So I stopped pretending balance, stopped forcing what wouldn't align. I let the structure crack on purpose to see what survived inside. Because collapse isn't failure when the fall is understood. There's clarity in the breaking when it's done slow and good. I didn't panic when it started shaking, I didn't beg it to stay. I stayed present through the fracture and watched what fell away. Control collapse, tear it down clean. Every false layer break in between. Control collapse, stay aware. I don't fear the fall, I'm there. Control collapse, no disguise. When I fall with intention, I rise. There were moments my mind screamed, hold on tighter, don't release. But tight grips snap foundations and control hides and knees. I notice how chaos forms when everything fights to survive. Too many identities screaming, none willing to die. So I chose what to dismantle, thought by thought, belief by belief. Letting go of old versions that no longer match my reach. The fall wasn't loud or sudden, it was patient, slow, exact. Like erosion with a purpose, removing what couldn't adapt. In the quiet of collapse, I felt something rearrange. When you stop resisting the fall, the ground begins to change. I didn't curse the pressure, I listened to its tone. What breaks under tension was never meant to be bone. Control collapse, measured descent, every fracture calculated intent. Control collapse, cold and still, I don't lose myself falling, I will. Control collapse, clear sight, I don't black out in the chaos, I ride. One night the weight asked questions, not cruel, just severe. Who are you without the noise? Who stays when comfort disappears? It offered numb distraction, quick fixes, dressed as relief. But numbness delays rebuilding and weakens belief. So I stayed awake inside the ruin, watched habits try to escape. Saw excuses beg for mercy as discipline sealed their fate. That's when collapse became focus, not destruction but sword. Every broken piece repositioned into something more coherent than before. My thoughts grew slower, heavier, each one earned its place. When nothing is held together by force, structure finds its pace. What you allow to fall teaches form. What you cling to blindly keeps you torn. Break consciously or shatter blind. Controlled collapse refines. I stop rushing reconstruction. Stop chasing instant repair. You can't rebuild with the same hands that refuse to care. So I rebuild with awareness, with patience, sharpened by loss. Every choice felt intentional. Every step carried cost. I noticed how the world responded when my movement stayed aligned. Less resistance, fewer obstacles, as if reality adjusted its spine. Collapse removed excess motion, stripped ambition of disguise. What remained felt deliberate, quiet, dense, precise. I wasn't lighter after breaking, I was cleaner inside. Less scattered, more centered, no longer split by pride. I don't fear falling anymore, I fear refusing the drop. What rebuilds with awareness cannot rot. Control collapse, reordered core. Every break made space for more. Control collapse, stand exact. I don't regret what shattered, I act. Control collapse, unmoved frame. When the fall is conscious, I gain. Now I move like the ground remembers every fall I survived away. I don't chase stability blindly, I let structure take shape. There's calm and selective ruin in knowing what to release. When collapse stops being accidental, the mind finds peace. I've seen how intention directs gravity, how focus shapes descent. Nothing random about rebuilding when attention stays present. No mysticism, no shortcut, just cause responding to cause. When collapse is controlled, effect follows laws. Controlled collapse, locked and slow. Every piece that remains I know. Controlled collapse, clear design. I didn't lose myself falling, I refined. Control. Lock the sight,
Every thought in formation.
no mercy for distraction. Stay here, now breathe. I came from rooms full of echoes, where everyone talked, no one moved. Ideas piled high like promises, but nothing ever proved. I watched ambition scatter itself, chasing too many lights, mistaken motion for direction, confusing busy with right. I learned early that attention leaks when you let it wander free. Every thought becomes a vote for who you're about to be. So I narrow the field of vision until only one path stayed. Everything else turned to static, every doubt began to fade. Focus didn't feel empowering, it felt sharp, almost cold. But pressure doesn't ask permission, it only starts to mold. I don't listen to hesitation, it speaks in borrowed fear. When the target stays unmoving, the signal gets clear. Ruthless focus, eyes locked tight, every move aligned with sight. Ruthless focus, cut and clean, nothing lives in my frame unseen. Ruthless focus, no debate what I feed with attention. Dominate. There were days my mind revolted, filed complaints against the grind. Every excuse sounded reasonable, every shortcut felt kind. But comfort always hides attacks, paid later, paid in full. And focus doesn't ask for comfort, it demands control. I stopped negotiating with feeling, stopped asking if I was ready. Readiness is a luxury, consistency stays steady. So I train my attention daily, like a blade against stone. Every thought either served the aim or it was overthrown. I noticed how reality shifted when my focus stopped splitting. Opportunities didn't chase me, they aligned with repetition. I don't wait for the moment, I become the place where effort meets intention, face to face.
Ruthless focus.
Ruthless focus, hold the line, every action discipline in time. Ruthless focus, silent force when attention doesn't drift, results course. Ruthless focus, you stand exact, I don't hope for alignment. One night distraction knocks softly, wearing logic as disguise. It said you're doing too much, ease up, compromise. It promised balance and relief, said intensity would break me. But I've seen what half commitment builds, nothing strong, nothing steady. So I turned the volume lower on everything that didn't serve. Let boredom test my patience, let discipline carve the nerve. That's when focus became ruthless, not angry, not loud, just unwavering presence. In the middle of the crowd, my thoughts grew fewer, heavier, each one placed with intent. When attention stops being casual, outcomes start to bend. What you stare at expands, what you ignore dissolves. The mind obeys repetition, not resolve. Cut the excess, reduce the frame. What stays in focus, take shape. I stop consuming distractions, stop feeding borrowed noise. Attention is a currency, I choose where I deploy. I noticed how doubt weakened when it wasn't entertained. Thoughts starve without attention, focus keeps them chained. People asked how I stayed driven, why I never lost direction. I didn't have motivation, I subtracted distraction. Focus doesn't shout slogans, it whispers commands. It shows up every morning with a strict demand. Stay here, do this again. I don't split my attention, I don't play both sides. When focus becomes ruthless, progress multiplies.
Ruthless focus.
Ruthless focus, locked inside, every move calculated, precise. Ruthless focus, no retreat. When attention doesn't scatter, you lead. Ruthless focus, unbroken thread. What I see consistently gets fair. Now if like intention breeze me, like the outcome already know, I don't chase validation anymore, I let execution show. There's a calm in precision, a silence in control. When focus stops seeking stimulation, you start feeling whole. I've seen environments respond to consistent direction. When attention becomes discipline, reality flexes selection. Nothing mystical, nothing random, just stacking on cause. When focus stays ruthless, effect follows laws. Ruthless focus stand confined, not by limits, by design. Ruthless focus, cold and true, what I give my attention grows through.
Ruthless focus.
Sealed fate, I don't wait for the future, I create. Cut the noise,
Hold the sight.
what you focus on fights for life. Lock in, lock in. Again, no witnesses. no applause, only repetition. Stay quiet, the silence is working.
I learned early that noise lies, that crowds distort the frame. Everyone speaks in outcomes, no one stays for the flame. They celebrate the finish line, ignore the hours unseen. The nights where doubt sharpens teeth and patience learns how to bleed. I watched promises dissolve when pressure entered the room. Watch conviction turn fragile the moment effort was due. So I stepped away from the echo, let ambition go mute. Because real construction happens where no one is looking at you. In silence I face the mirror, no slogans, no disguise, just habits asking questions and discipline replying with time. I didn't announce my direction, I didn't seek belief, I repeated the same intention until resistance went weak. Forged in silence, underweight, every unseen repetition recalibrates. Forged in silence, no display, what I build without witnesses stays. Forged in silence, code exact, I don't chase the results, I act. There were mornings my body argued, foul motions for retreat. Every excuse sounded logical, every delay tasted sweet. But logic without commitment is comfort wearing the mask. And silence doesn't negotiate, it only repeats the task. So I learned to trust patterns, not moves, not temporary fire. What I did when no one watched began shaping what I'd acquire. Cut my role down to essentials, reduced thought to command. Every action fed the next one like bricks placed by hand. I noticed how focus responds when doubt stops being fed. When attention stays loyal, reality slowly bends. I didn't force the outcome, I enforced the routine. The future started aligning with what I repeatedly mean. Forged in silence, tight frame, every choice under pressure remains. Forged in silence, no excuse when there's nothing to perform for, you choose. Forged in silence, still imprecise, I don't need noise to confirm my life. One night the quiet tested me, asked if this path felt fair. Offered shortcuts wrapped in reason, promised speed if I dared. It said no one would blame you, rest is earned, not stolen. But rest without structure decays and weakens what should be holding. So I stay with the discomfort, let boredom sharpen my edge. Cause mastery lives in repetition, not motivation or pledge. That's when silence became heavy, not empty, not thin. It felt like pressure organizing everything within. My thoughts grew fewer, stronger, my movements learned restraint. When the mind stops chasing stimulation, precision takes its place. What you rehearse in private shows up in form. What you tolerate internally becomes norm. The world doesn't answer wishes, it answers consistency. Silence refines intention into density. I stopped explaining my discipline, stopped proving I belong. Results don't need translation, they speak when sustained long. I noticed how reality shifted when my actions stopped shaking. Opportunities didn't appear suddenly, they aligned with what I was making. Silence removed the audience, removed the urge to impress without external validation. Progress felt more exact. Every habit became a signal, every choice a vote for the version of myself I refuse to demote. I don't rush recognition, I let time confirm. What's built without witnesses is firm. Forged in silence, unseen grind, every step repeated daily aligns. Forged in silence, no retreat, when intention stays quiet, it's legal and clean. Forged in silence, hold the code, I don't beg the future. I mold, now I move like pressure remembers, like the outcome already knows. I don't chase execution show. There's a calm and repetition, a rhythm no noise can break. When effort stops seeking applause, momentum starts to take. I've seen how environments answer when focus refuses to scatter. Silence trains attention until attention becomes matter. Nothing mystical, nothing loud, just cause aligning with cause. When behavior stays consistent, effect quiet, evolve. Fortune silence locked and sealed, every pattern I reinforce. Revealed.
Fortune silent.
Locked and sealed, every pattern I reinforce. Revealed.
Fortune silent.
Exact design, what I built without witnesses is mine.
Fortune silent.
A move complete, I don't need the world to watch. I repeat. Stay quiet. Stay exact. What forms in silence cannot be taken back. Again. 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 Again.
Stay still, let it close in. Every thought feels heavier here. Pressure isn't chaos, it's instruction. Listen. I grew up watching tension split rooms, watching silence learn how to speak. Every problem circled the edges, every answer felt out of reach. They call pressure something to avoid, something that bends you until you break. But I noticed who stayed comfortable never learned how to take shape. I saw plans collapse under options, too many doors, too many ways. Every backup plan fed hesitation, every delay quietly stayed. So I started walking toward the way, instead of stepping aside, letting resistance reveal what inside me refused to hide. Because it's sort of lives in avoidance, in movement without a spine. Pressure strips away decoration, leaves only what's aligned. I don't escape what tightens around me, I let it settle, I let it decide. Anything that survives compression earns the right to stay inside. Pressure makes order, carves a frame. Every ounce of resistance calls my name. Pressure makes order, cuts the noise when the walls close in. I choose. Pressure makes order, cold and clear. I don't feel the weight I engineer. There were days my thoughts scattered, like sparks with nowhere to land. Too many voices arguing, too many versions of plan. I realize chaos isn't external, it's direction split too thin. Focus doesn't feel gentle, it feels like discipline. So I reduce my internal language, fewer words, sharper tone. Every thought had to justify why it deserved to be shown. I watch how repetition works, how patterns build momentum. What I fed began to expand, what I ignored went numb. Pressure forced decisions quickly, no room for comfortable lies. It demanded consistency, not explanations, not alibis. I don't rush relief, I hold the strain. What remains under pressure isn't the same. Pressure makes order, tightens the line. Every step underweight feels designed. Pressure makes order, no disguise when excuses collapse. Clarity rises. Pressure makes order, stand exact. I don't wait for calm, I act.
without tension. Offered ease as a compromise, promised peace and concession. It said you can loosen your grip now. Not everything needs control, but looseness fractures structure, and I've seen the cost unfold. So I stayed where it was uncomfortable, let the pressure define my breath. Because truth doesn't visit comfort, it waits near the edge. That's when I notice alignment, not as feeling but as state. When everything unnecessary dropped, what remained felt exact. Pressure stopped feeling hostile, started feeling instructional, like gravity shaping planets, unavoidable, functional. What you compress reveals, what you avoid multiplies. What you hold steady long enough reorganizes. The mind doesn't answer chaos, it answers demand. Give it one clear direction and it understands. I stopped measuring progress emotionally, started measuring structural change. How fast I'll dissolve when routine entered the frame. I noticed posture under fatigue, how decisions sounded cleaner when options disappeared. Action grew meaner. People asked how I stayed focused, how I never seemed to sway. I didn't find balance, I removed the gray. Pressure simplified everything, left no room to pretend. When there's nowhere to hide, movement learns how to end. I don't ask pressure to leave, I ask it to teach. What it breaks wasn't stable, what remains is reached. Pressure makes order, built to last, every moment compressed, moves fast. Pressure makes order, hard reset when the weight increases, I don't bend. Pressure makes order, clear command, I don't fight the force, I understand. Now I move like structure itself, deliberate unannounced. I don't rush outcomes anymore, I let precision compound. I've seen how the world rearranges when intention stops leaking doubt. How resistance reorganizes when certainty stays stout. I don't explain my discipline, I let repetition speak. Results don't argue with pressure, they appear when you're consistent enough to reach. Order isn't imposed violently, it emerges when chaos is denied. When pressure removes every distraction and leaves nothing misaligned. Pressure makes order, locked in place, every vision under strain takes shape. Pressure makes order, stand confined, not by limits, by design. Pressure makes order, unbroken code, I don't fear compression, I grow. Stay where it tightens, don't scatter. Let it close in, that's where form survives again. Whole again. Lock the door, don't look for a way out. Every thought is watching, every breath is a contract. Stay inside, there is no exit. I was raised in narrow corridors where hesitation learned my name. Every option felt like distraction, every comfort fed the flame. They said leave room for escape routes, said pressure breaks the mind, but pressure only exposes what was never aligned. I saw people plan for failure, call it wisdom, call it control. They kept one foot in retreat and wonder why they never felt whole. So I stopped keeping exits open, stopped rehearsing my return. I chose a direction once and let every bridge burn, because discipline isn't motivation. It doesn't ask how you feel, it stands in the dark with you until intention turns real. I don't negotiate with doubt, I don't argue with fear. Anything that offers retreat doesn't belong here. No exit discipline, locked in the frame, every step forward eliminates the escape. No exit discipline, no pause, no delay. If I enter this pressure, I stay. Yeah. No exit discipline, eyes fixed ahead, I don't wait for belief, I act until it's bred. No exit discipline. Whoa. There were mornings my body resisted, every muscle voting for rest. The mind offered reasonable excuses disguised as concern at its best. But reason without commitment is just comfort learning to speak. And I've seen what happens when discipline turns weak. I started paying attention to patterns, not outcomes, not noise. What I repeated daily was quietly making the choice. So I narrowed my focus completely, cut excess thought by design, left only one instruction: execute a line. Because clarity isn't inspiration, it's repetition without deviation. It's doing the same correct thing until the world mirrors the operation. I don't wait for alignment, I create it through strain. What I enforce in silence begins to remain. No exit discipline, pressure embraced, I don't ask how long I stay in the place. No exit discipline, stand exact, every action confirms the path I've lost. No exit discipline, unbroken chain, I don't escape the fire, I train. No exit discipline. Oh, one night the silence tested me as to who I'd be without this weight. Offered comfort as a compromise, promised peace if I hesitate. It said you've carried enough now, why suffer when you can choose ease? But ease always collects interest, and I refuse those fees. So I stayed with the discomfort, let it sharpen my breath. Because I've learned truth doesn't live anywhere near rest. That's when discipline changed shape, stopped feeling strict and cold, started feeling like freedom from everything uncontrolled. I realized exits create anxiety, they whisper options in your ear, but certainty only arrives when retreat disappears. What you allow stays alive, what you remove dissolves. What you repeat becomes structure, what you avoid evolves. The mind doesn't follow emotion, it follows what's in force. Eliminate every alternative, and effort locks course. I stopped measuring progress in feelings, started measuring it in posture, in how I moved under fatigue, in how I answered pressure. Mood lost its authority, emotion lost the throne. I acted when commitment spoke, even when I felt alone. People noticed the change slowly, said my presence felt dense. I didn't add something external, I remove the escape plans. Weakness thrives in possibility, and doors left slightly ajar. So I sealed every exit mentally and focused on where my feet are. I don't need certainty first, I moved and it appears. The moment retreat was removed, the path became clear. No exit discipline, absolute. Every doubt that asks for space, I mute. No exit discipline, no disguise when there's nowhere to run. You ride. No exit discipline, hold the line. What I enforce repeatedly becomes mine. No exit discipline. Now I walk like the outcome remembers, like the ending was set in motion. Not rushed, not desperate, just anchored in devotion. I don't chase motivation anymore, I rely on structure and law, on the quiet power of routine that never asked for applause. I've seen how the world rearranges when your actions stop debating, how resistance fades quickly when hesitation stops negotiating. Discipline isn't punishment, it's relief from endless choice. It's clarity made physical, it's action finding its voice. No exit discipline, locked and sealed. Every vision I hold gets revealed. No exit discipline, stand exact. I don't hope for the future, I enact. No exit discipline, unmoved, precise. I don't fight the world outside, I decide. No exit discipline. Let it fall, not apart. Every breakdown has a shape. Stay calm, control the descent. I remember standing in the middle of everything I try to hold. Too many layers stacked too fast, too many stories left untold. I built walls from borrowed standards, from expectations not my own. Every step felt slightly crooked, every wind felt overblown. They told me strength meant standing tall, never bending under strain. But nothing stable grows untouched by pressure, loss or pain. So I stopped pretending balance, stopped forcing what wouldn't align. I let the structure crack on purpose to see what survived inside. Because collapse isn't failure when the fall is understood. There's clarity in the breaking when it's done slow and good. I didn't panic when it started shaking, I didn't beg it to stay. I stayed present through the fracture and watched what fell away. Control collapse, tear it down clean, every false layer breaking between. Control collapse, stay where I don't fear the fall, I'm there. Control collapse, no disguise. When I fall with intention, I rise. There were moments my mind screamed, hold on tight or don't release. The tight grip, snap foundations, and control hides in ease. I noticed how chaos forms when everything fights to survive. Too many identities screaming, none willing to die. So I chose what to dismantle, thought by thought, belief by belief, letting go of old versions that no longer match my reach. The fall wasn't loud or sudden, it was patient, slow, exact like erosion with a purpose, removing what couldn't adapt. In the quiet of collapse, I felt something rearrange. When you stop resisting the fall, the ground begins to change. I didn't curse the pressure, I listened to its tone. What breaks under tension was never meant to be bone. Control collapse, measure descent, every fracture calculated, intent. Control lose myself falling. I will control collapse. Clear sight, I don't black out in the chaos. I ride. One night the weight asks question, not cruel, just severe. Who are you without the noise? Who stays when comfort disappears? It often numb distraction, quick fixes dressed as relief, but numbness delays rebuilding and weakens belief. So I stayed awake inside the ruin, watched habits try to escape, saw excuses beg for mercy as discipline sealed the fate. That's when collapse became focus, not destruction, but sort every broken piece repositioned into something more coherent than before. My thoughts grew slower, heavier, each one earned its place when nothing is held together by force. Structure finds its pace, what you allow to fall teaches form. What you cling to blindly keeps you torn. Break consciously or shatter blind, controlled collapse refines. I stopped rushing, reconstruction. Stop chasing instant repair. You can't rebuild with the same hands that refuse to care. So I rebuild with awareness, with patience sharpened by loss. Every choice felt intentional, every step carried cost. I noticed how the world responded when my movement stayed aligned. Less resistance, fewer obstacles, as if reality adjusted its spine. Collapse removed excess motion, stripped ambition of the skies. What remained felt deliberate, quiet, dense, precise. I wasn't lighter after breaking, I was cleaner inside. Less scattered, more centered, no longer split by pride. I don't fear falling anymore, I fear refusing the drop. What rebuilds with awareness cannot arrive. Controlled collapse, reordered core, every break made space for more. Controlled collapse, staying exact, I don't regret what shattered. I act controlled collapse, unmoved frame. When the fall is conscious, I gain. Now I move like the ground remembers every fall I survived awake. God don't chase stability blindly, I let structure take shape. There's calm and selective ruin in knowing what to release. When collapse stops being accidental, the mind finds peace. I've seen how intention directs gravity, how focus shapes descent. Nothing random about rebuilding when attention stays present. No mysticism, no shortcuts, just cause responding to cause. When collapse is controlled, effect follows laws. Controlled collapse, locked and slow, every piece that remains. I know controlled collapse, clear design, I didn't lose myself falling. I refined controlled collapse, final state, I don't fear breaking anymore. I regulate, let it fall, but stay awake. What breaks with awareness can be remade again. Steady again.
Cut the noise, lock the sight.
Every thought information, no mercy for distraction. Stay here, now breathe. I
came from rooms full of echoes, where everyone talked, no one moved. Ideas piled high like promises, but nothing ever proved. I watched ambition scatter itself, chasing too many lights, mistaking motion for direction, confusing busy with right. I learned early that attention leaks when you let it wander free. Every thought becomes a vote for who you're about to be. So I narrowed the field of vision until only one path stayed. Everything else turned to static, every doubt began to fade. Focus didn't feel empowering, it felt sharp, almost cold, but pressure doesn't ask permission. It only starts to mold. I don't listen to hesitation. It speaks in borrowed fear. When the target stays unmoving, the signal gets clear. Ruthless focus, eyes locked tight, every move aligned with sight. Ruthless focus, cutting clean, nothing lives in my frame unseen. Ruthless focus, no debate. What I feed with attention dominates. There were days my mind revolted, filed complaints against the grind. Every excuse sounded reasonable, every shortcut felt kind. But comfort always hides a text, paid later, paid in full. And focus doesn't ask for comfort, it demands control. I stopped negotiating with feelings, stopped asking if I was ready. Readiness is a luxury, consistency stays steady. So I train my attention daily like a blade against stone. Every thought either served the aim or it was overthrown. I noticed how reality shifted when my focus stopped splitting. Opportunities didn't chase me, they aligned with repetition. I don't wait for the moment, I become the place where effort meets intention. Face to face, ruthless focus, hold the line, every action disciplined in time. Ruthless focus, silent force, when attention doesn't drift, results course. Ruthless focus, stand exact, I don't hope for alignment, I act. One night distraction knocked softly, wearing logic as disguise. It said you're doing too much, she's up, compromise. It promised balance and relief, said intensity would break me. But I've seen what half commitment builds, nothing strong, nothing steady. So I turned the volume lower on everything that didn't serve. Let boredom test my patience, let discipline carve the nerve. That's when focus became ruthless, not angry, not loud, just unwavering presence in the middle of the crowd. My thoughts grew fewer, heavier, each one placed with intent. When attention stops being casual, outcomes start to bend. What you stare at expands, what you ignore dissolves. The mind obeys repetition, not resolve. Cut the excess, reduce the frame. What stays in focus takes shape. I stop consuming distractions, stop feeding borrowed noise. Attention is a currency, I choose where I deploy. I noticed how doubt weakened when it wasn't entertained. Thoughts starve without attention, focus keeps them chained. People asked how I stay driven, why I never lost direction. I didn't have motivation, I subtracted distraction. Focus doesn't shout slogans, it whispers commands. It shows up every morning with a strict demand. Stay here, do this again. I don't split my attention, I don't play both sides. When focus becomes ruthless, progress multiplies. Ruthless focus, locked in sight, every move calculated, precise. Ruthless focus, no retreat. When attention doesn't scatter, you lead. Ruthless focus, some broken thread, what I see consistently gets fed. Now I move like intention breathes me, like the outcome already knows. I don't chase validation anymore, I let execution show. There's a calm in precision, a silence in control. When focus stops seeking stimulation, you start feeling whole. I've seen environments respond to consistent direction. When attention becomes discipline, reality reflects the selection. Nothing mystical, nothing random, just cause stacking on cause. When focus stays ruthless, effect follows laws. Ruthless focus, stand confined, not by limits, by design. Ruthless focus, cold and true, what I give my attention grows through. Ruthless focus, seal fate, I don't wait for the future, I create. Cut the noise, hold the sight. What you focus on fights for life.
Again, lock in,
pause. Only repetition, breathing. Stay quiet, the silence is working. I learned early that noise lies, the crowds distort the frame. Everyone speaks in outcomes, no one stays for the flame. They celebrate the finish line, ignore the hours unseen, the nights where doubt sharpens teeth and patience learns how to bleed. I watch promises dissolve when pressure entered the room, watch conviction turn fragile the moment effort was due. So I stepped away from the echo, let ambition go mute, because real construction happens when no one is looking at you. In silence I face the mirror, no slogans, no disguise, just habits asking questions and discipline replying with time. I didn't announce my direction, I didn't seek belief, I repeated the same intention until resistance went weak. Forged in silence, under weight, every unseen repetition recalibrates. Forged in silence, no display, what I build without witnesses stays. Forged in silence, cold exact, I don't chase the result, I act. There were mornings my body argued, filed motions for retreat. Every excuse sounded logical, every delay tasted sweet. But logic without commitment is comfort wearing a mask, and silence doesn't negotiate, it only repeats the task. So I learned to trust patterns, not moves, not temporary fire. What I did when no one watched began shaping what I'd acquire. I cut my world down to essentials, reduced thought to command. Every action fed the next one, like bricks placed by hand. I noticed how focus responds when doubt stops being fed, when attention stays loyal, reality subtly bends. I didn't force the outcome, I enforced the routine. The future started aligning with what I repeatedly mean. Forged in silence, tight frame, every choice under pressure remains. Forged in silence, no excuse when there's nothing to perform for. You choose. Forged in silence, still imprecise, I don't need noise to confirm my life. One night the quiet tested me, asked if this path felt fair, offered shortcuts wrapped in reason, promised speed if I dared. It said no one would blame you, rest is earned not stolen, but rest without structure decays and weakens what should be holding. So I stayed with the discomfort, let boredom sharpen my edge, because mastery lives in repetition, not motivation or pledge. That's when silence became heavy, not empty, not thin. It felt like pressure organizing everything within. My thoughts grew fewer, stronger, my movements learn restraint. When the mind stops chasing stimulation, precision takes its place. What you rehearse in private shows up in form, what you tolerate internally becomes norm. The world doesn't answer wishes, it answers consistency. Silence refines intention into density. I stopped explaining my discipline, stopped proving I belong. Results don't need translation, they speak when sustained long. I noticed how reality shifted when my actions stopped shaking. Opportunities didn't appear suddenly, they aligned with what I was making. Silence removed the audience, removed the urge to impress. Without external validation, progress felt more exact. Every habit became a signal, every choice a vote for the version of myself I refuse to demote. I don't rush recognition, I let time confirm what's built without witnesses is firm. Forged in silence, unseen grind, every step repeated daily aligns. Forged in silence, no retreat when intention stays quiet, it's lethal and clean. Forged in silence, hold the code,
pressure remembers like the outcome already knows. I don't chase belief anymore, I let execution show. There's a calm in repetition, a rhythm no noise can break. When effort stops seeking applause, momentum starts to take. I've seen how environments answer when focus refuses to scatter. Silence trains attention until attention becomes matter. Nothing mystical, nothing loud, just cause aligning with cause. When behavior stays consistent, effect quietly evolves.
Forged in silence,
Locked and sealed, every pattern I reinforced, revealed.
forged in silence,
Exact design, what I build without witnesses is mine.
forged in silence,
Unmoved, complete, I don't need the world to watch, I repeat. Stay quiet, stay exact. What forms inside hands cannot be taken back again. 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 Stay still. Let it close in. Every thought feels heavier here. Pressure isn't chaos, it's instruction. Listen. I grew up watching tension split rooms, watching silence learn how to speak. Every problem circled the edges, every answer felt out of reach. They call pressure something to avoid, something that bends you until you break. But I noticed to stay comfortable, never learned how to take shape. I saw plans collapse under options, too many doors, too many ways. Every backup plan fed hesitation, every delay quietly stayed. So I started walking toward the weight, instead of stepping aside, letting resistance reveal what inside me refused to hide. Because disorder lives in avoidance and movement without a spine. Pressure strips away decoration, leaves only what's aligned. Don't escape what tightens around me, I let it settle, let it decide. Anything that survives compression earns the right to stay inside. Pressure makes order, carves the frame. Every ounce of resistance calls my name. Pressure makes order, cuts the noise. When the walls close in, I choose. Pressure makes order, cold and clear. I don't fear the weight I engineer. There were days my thoughts scattered like sparks with nowhere to land. Too many voices arguing, too many versions of plan. I realize chaos isn't external, it's direction split too thin. Focus doesn't feel gentle, it feels like discipline. So I reduce my internal language, fewer words, sharper tone. Every thought had to justify why it deserved to be shown. I watched how repetition works, how patterns build momentum. What I felt began to expand, what I ignored went numb. Pressure forced decisions quickly, no room for comfortable lies. It demanded consistency, not explanations, not alibis. I don't rush relief, I hold the strain. What remains under pressure isn't the same. Pressure makes order, tightens the line. Every step underway feels designed. Pressure makes order, no disguise when excuses collapse. Clarity rises, pressure makes order. Stand exact, I don't wait for calm, I act. Leaned forward, asked me who I'd be without tension. Offered ease as a compromise, promised peace and concession. It said you can loosen your grip, now not everything needs control. But looseness fractures structure, and now I've seen the cost unfold. So I stay where it was uncomfortable, let the pressure define my breath. Because truth doesn't visit comfort, it waits near the edge. That's when I notice alignment, not as feeling but a state. When everything unnecessary dropped, what remained felt exact. Pressure stopped stopped feeling hostile, started feeling instructional, like gravity shaping planets, unavoidable, functional. What you compress reveals, what you avoid multiplies. What you hold steady long enough reorganizes. The mind doesn't answer chaos, it answers demand. Give it one clear direction and it understands. I stopped measuring progress emotionally, started measuring structural change. I fast out, dissolved when routine entered the frame. I noticed posture under fatigue, how decisions sounded cleaner when options disappeared. Action grew meaner, people asked how I stayed focused, how I never seemed to sway. I didn't find balance, I removed the gray. Pressure simplified everything, left no room to pretend. When there's nowhere to hide, movement learns how to end. I don't ask pressure to leave, I ask it to teach. What it breaks wasn't stable, what remains is reach. Pressure makes order, built to last. Every moment compressed, moves fast. Pressure makes order, hard reset. When the weight increases, I don't bend. Pressure makes order, clear command. I don't fight the force, I understand. Structure itself, deliberate unannounced. I don't rush outcomes anymore, I let precision compound. I've seen how the world rearranges when intention stops leaking doubt. How resistance reorganizes when certainty stays stout. I don't explain my discipline, I let repetition speak. Results don't argue with pressure, they appear when you're consistent enough to reach. Order isn't imposed violently, it emerges when chaos is denied. When pressure removes every distraction and leaves nothing misaligned. Pressure makes order, locked in place. Every vision under strain takes shape. Pressure makes order, stand confined, not by limits, by design. Pressure makes order, unbroken code. I don't fear compression, I grow. Don't scatter, let it close in.
That's where form survives. Again. Hold. Again.
Lock the door, don't look for a way out. Every thought is watching, every breath is a contract. Stay inside, there is no exit. I was raised in narrow corridors, where hesitation learned my name. Every option felt like distraction, every comfort fed the flame. They said leave room for escape routes, said pressure breaks the mind, but pressure only exposes what was never aligned. I saw people plan for failure, call it wisdom, call it control. They kept one foot in retreat and wonder why they never felt whole. So I stopped keeping exits open, stopped rehearsing my return. I chose a direction once and let every bridge burn. Because discipline isn't motivation, it doesn't ask how you feel. It stands in the dark with you until intention turns real. I don't negotiate with doubt, I don't argue with fear. Anything that offers retreat doesn't belong here. No exit, discipline locked in the frame. Every step forward eliminates the escape. No exit, discipline, no pause, no delay. If I enter this pressure, I stay. No exit, discipline, eyes fixed ahead. I don't wait for belief, I act until it's bred. There were mornings my body resisted, every muscle voting for rest. The mind offered reasonable excuses, disguised as concern at its best. But reason without commitment is just comfort learning to speak. And I've seen what happens when discipline turns weak. I started paying attention to patterns, not outcomes, not noise. What I repeated daily was quietly making the choice. So I narrowed my focus completely, cut excess, thought by design, left only one instruction: execute a line. Because clarity is an inspiration, it's repetition without deviation. It's doing the same correct thing until the world mirrors the operation. I don't wait for alignment, I create it through strain. What I enforce in silence begins to remain. No exit discipline, pressure embraced. I don't ask how long, I stay in the place. No exit discipline, stand exact, every action confirms the path I've locked. No exit discipline, unbroken chain, I don't escape the fire, I train. One night the silence tested me, asked who I'd be without this weight. Offered comfort as a compromise, promised peace if I hesitated. It said you've carried enough now, why suffer when you can choose ease? But ease always collects interest and I refuse those fees. So I stayed with the discomfort, let it sharpen my breath. Because I've learned truth doesn't live anywhere near rest. That's when discipline changed shape, stopped feeling strict and cold, started feeling like freedom from everything uncontrolled. I realized as it create anxiety, they whisper options in your ear, but certainty only arrives when retreat disappears. What you allow stays alive, what you remove dissolves, what you repeat becomes structure, what you avoid evolves. The mind doesn't follow emotion, it follows what's enforced. Eliminate every alternative and effort locks course. I stopped measuring progress and feeling, started measuring it in posture, and how I moved under fatigue and how I answer pressure. Mood lost its authority, emotion lost the throne. I acted when commitment spoke, even when I felt alone. People noticed the change slowly, said my presence felt dense. I didn't add something external, I removed the escape lens. Weakness thrives in possibility, and doors left slightly ajar. So I sealed every exit mentally and focused on where my feet are. I don't need certainty first, I moved and it appears. The moment retreat was removed, the path became clear. No exit discipline, absolute. Every doubt that asks for space, I mute. No exit discipline, no disguise. When there's nowhere to run, you ride. No exit discipline, hold the line. What I enforce repeatedly becomes mine. Now I walk like the outcome remembers, like the ending was set in motion. I rush, not desperate, just anchored in devotion. I don't chase motivation anymore, I rely on structure and law, on the quiet power of routine that never asks for applause. I've seen how the world rearranges when your actions stop debating, how resistance fades quickly when hesitation stops negotiating. Discipline isn't punishment, it's relief from endless choice. It's clarity made physical, it's action finding its voice. No exit discipline, locked and sealed. Every vision I hold gets revealed. No exit discipline, stand exact. I don't hope for the future, I enact. No exit discipline, I move precise. I don't fight the world outside, I decide. Remove the exit, and effort changes shape. Stay where retreat is impossible, that's where form is made again. Hold the line.